I'm Jane Doby and I'm the Community Development Manager for the Gap. I think it's really important to empower local people to actually do things for themselves, and I hope that this film is one of the ways in which we can do that.
The members of the Gap Action Partnership have commissioned this film to introduce themselves and their work to their community. This film will show who the members are, the projects they have carried out, and their intentions for the future.
The Gap Action Partnership was established in September 2005 with the aim of getting local people involved in the decision-making processes at the Gap.
Gap Action Partnership is run by a group of local volunteers. They're an eclectic bunch from a wide range of backgrounds, spanning a wide range from teenagers to senior citizens. We all live locally and have a firm knowledge of the area, the issues at stake, and a vested interest in achieving positive outcomes. Gap has been empowering experience, using people's existing skills, developing new ones and increasing their general confidence.
Hello, I'm Linda. I represent All Saints Church and I'm a member of the Gap Action Partnership Group.
Hi, my name's Mary Duggan. I've been coming to the Gap since 2001 as a volunteer. Got roped into all kinds of things actually, and I've been involved with the Community Development course for a year.
Hi, I'm Karen. I'm part of the Gap Action Partnership. I live locally on the Greville Road. I was involved with the tabletop sale where we raised £118 and 14 pence, which we split between the Guide Dogs and the Gap Action Partnership. We're hoping to do some more events for charity, and we've got the Macmillan event coming up soon.
Hi, my name is Becky Seaton and I attend the Gap Action Partnership at the Gap.
My name is Harsha. I live in Dickens Road, is in Pursley Estate.
My name is Andrew Bohr. I'm a member of the Gap Action Partnership.
Hi, I'm Jane Doby and I'm a member of the Gap Action Partnership.
I'm Mary. I help run the lunch club up here on a Wednesday and also do the credit union on a Friday, and I'm part of GAP, the Gap Action Partnership.
As we all live locally, we all have a pretty good working knowledge of the area and what the needs of all of us who live here are.
We also aim to make the local community better by liaising with local community police officers, social workers, council representatives, small businesses and national companies to resolve local problems and issues. We also like initiating community projects and encouraging awareness and use of the Gap by local people.
Since getting together last September, and in the time between September and now, we've really been training with the help of Maria Franchi of Mosaic Consulting.
Well, our idea was that getting the group together and trying to sort out what they might have in common and how they could work together to do make some difference to their own communities. That was our first thought. And then to work with them over a period of time, which has been for the last 9 months, to help them to do that, to forge together as a group, identify what needs to be done and go about doing it.
We have actually carried out some actions. One was with the Stagecoach Bus Company. We'd been alerted by members of the local community. There are certain problems relating particularly to old people and young people, and some conflict over the area reserved for pushchairs. Well, happily, I believe now, after meeting with the Stagecoach management, we've resolved this issue. Also, at the same time, at present, we've got in hand an action which we hope will improve access to graves down in the Warwick Cemetery.
One of the Gap Action Partnership's main projects has been to carry out a questionnaire which will determine what the needs of the local community are. 500 questionnaires have been distributed around the estate, and there have been over 200 replies. Amongst other data, these replies have produced 5 main issues that concern the community. They are lack of leisure facilities, youth causing a disturbance, police response time, lack of youth activities, and top of the list was the lack of police presence. Here are some of those responses in detail, firstly concerning the issue of youths.
I mean, the shops are fine, but I come up to the fish shop on a Friday night, right, and the gang of children, boys and girls, I mean, it's a bit frightening when I'm on my own.
But where the shops, they always congregate, don't they, children?
It gets a bit scary when they go past you and you think they're going to do something, and it just makes you a bit nervous around them. But it's only like the ones who are the old ones, the old teenagers.
So why would you get nervous around older teenagers?
Because they call you names and things and you think they're going to hurt you because they're bigger.
Literally they're a menace. They play football up on the roof above the shops, you know, causing havoc all around. Bus stops had the glass smashed in 3 or 4 times, you know, but you don't see any coppers.
Young people are always perceived by older people as being a problem. I don't think they're probably any worse now than they were 20 or 30 or 40 years ago.
The Obs always hang around the shops. You can't do anything without them. They're always drunk and stuff, taking drugs. I think it's because they don't have anything else to do. So they come to the Gap, but there's hardly anything around it for us to do. Kid going on the park, but they just get bored, so that's where they start smoking and drinking.
It's like hanging out on street corners while you go to like the youth club or I don't know, start out fishing, go and play football. So instead of hanging around, talking about doing nothing. I don't know, one of them trying to get paper or something like that, earn a bit of cash.
It's not very nice when you want to just go to the shop and they're there kicking their footballs around and, intimidating, the old people, which isn't very nice for them, as well, so.
There's not a lot of trouble around there at all. Compared to some places, there's nowhere near half.
Compared to where?
Lillingdon, everywhere. That's like the most quietest sort of state, to tell you the truth.
So why do people think, why do you think people think that this estate gets a lot of trouble?
They don't, do they?
I think it's just the age-old thing with some of the youth problems around here, but you get that everywhere.
It's sharp names and stuff like that.
Abusive language.
Yeah, quite abusive names. And then they just all start laughing. They all sit there smoking with cans and stuff, thinking they're really hard and shouting things to people. Yeah, that's basically what they do, and when you go over there, most people are too scared because of what they're going to say and what they're going to do.
And what kind of stuff happens over the shops?
Get in trouble for kicking the ball.
Why don't you take the ball down to Millbank?
Quite good grass
is this long.
Over Millbank?
Yeah. Sure. And then the police tell us to go onto the green and then they tell us to go off the green.
Again, then they come at 530 off green.
But the other day someone let us go on there because he was being nice to me.
Yeah, there's a fear of young people by older people. Sometimes it's justified, sometimes it's not. It's no different now than it's ever been. Probably it's more exaggerated now. You hear more about it.
When people mention Percy Estate, they're all notes for the yobs and smoking and drinking and stuff like that, and always vandalising people's houses and stuff.
And is that true? Is the place full of yobs? And is there loads of vandalism or?
There's actually really nice people.
We are a congregation here of tending to be older people, and always the reaction seems to be is what are the youth doing?
We see youngsters around here. I mean,
not everyone's wealthy as you know, seem to have the wealth of having holidays or days out round here. You know, it'd be nice for the few youngsters who wanted to maybe slightly less fortunate financially. They could be taken out for a treat now and again, and you know, weekend camping or weeks camping somewhere, or you know.
Yeah, I do agree with you.
And I think, you know, us locals, being locals, we've got all, because we've all had kids or got children ourselves, and you know, we want to do what we can for our kids, especially in the local community more than anything.
We have to put an application pack together to try and get £500, and we're going to use the skills that some of our members have got because they're on building courses. We're going to use their skills to build a barbecue for the Gap, which could be used by all different groups.
The other main issue was that of the police.
Policing, I think it's pretty poor actually. It's non-existent. You don't see police around. The only time I've been here 9 months, I think a couple of weeks ago, I had 2 police officers just come in for a portion of chips or something for a meal pot, you know, but never anyone come in and says everything okay or any problems, never.
Yeah, the perception certainly is that the policing is not adequate, and that people locally never see a policeman on foot, and that's what they'd like to see. Whether that would actually solve any problems or not, I'm not sure. But
if they were to show the faces so that the youngsters know there's someone around them, because they don't. No use driving up in a car park and they do, because they tell you the car has carpet. Go be on foot and let people know that you're visible so they can see you. And it can cut it down by half.
But we never seem to see any policemen doing any rounds around here.
And the majority of them, I think, they're too young, they get into it too early, and they don't even understand, because they're only the age group of the kids that are causing the trouble.
They're normally in cars. I don't think I've ever seen one on foot around here, to be quite honest.
there is definitely a drug problem in the area. The phone box, not 20 yards from this pub, is known by all local people as a centre where drugs are dealt. Nobody seems to be too bothered about that, and the police are not interested.
Why do you think that is?
Because probably they're under-resourced.
So if you could sit down with the coppers and just talk to them about what their problems are, would you do that?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Why not?
So I don't like the police. I hate them.
What could we do to sort that out?
Shoot them. Yeah.
No. Would you not want to sit? Would you not want to talk to them?
Petrol Bomb police station.
No, police. A lot of them do lie. They're bad people.
No, basically they're just doing their job. So yeah, safe. Big up to the police.
And here are some comments about the estate generally.
Not for girls.
No, I wouldn't let my sister walk to Tesco's at 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
You wouldn't?
No, not
How old's your sister?
17.
You wouldn't let her walk up there at 17?
No, not a chance.
No, I feel it's all right. When we moved down, then because I don't know anybody, but now I know more people. It looks all right.
Money needs to be invested in the area itself. More rented accommodation is needed for young people growing up in the area. They get married, they can't afford a mortgage these days, and I think more council homes need to be built.
I doubt whether this estate is any worse off or any better off than any other estate locally.
So what happens next?
We're going to take the results of this questionnaire and then put them into action by making sure that all the appropriate organisations are alerted, and we just don't sit on that. We shall also make sure that follow-up action is taken to establish that things are indeed happening.
Already, the Gap Action Partnership have taken the questionnaire results to Inspector Woodcock of the Warwickshire Police Force. These were some of his initial responses.
One of the most important points is that I can absolutely say that we are doing our best, and our best won't always be good enough. In fact, it will rarely be good enough, because there are issues of resourcing and not having enough police officers to carry out the huge amount of work that we've got. One thing I would like to emphasise though is that crime in the Warwick area has been dropping year on year for the last 2 or 3 years, And on this particular estate, the Percy estate, crime dropped 15% in the last 12 months. People probably don't feel like it has, because a lot of it is about the fear of crime, and the fear of crime is almost as important as real crime. But you know, it is important to emphasise that we are making progress and we are putting the effort in, and with more resources I'm sure we could do even more. But we can't be everywhere all the time. We need the cooperation of the local community to help the community help itself.
So, the work of the GAP Action Partnership continues. The questionnaire will be distributed to all the relevant parties that it concerns, and this film too will be given to those that can make a difference to the Percy estate. Updates on progress and future projects can be found on the group's website, www.thegapwarwick.org. You can also email them via this website or contact them via The Gap.